25th October is a day set aside to tell the whole world about the illegal sanctions that were imposed by the Western countries on Zimbabwe. Our ministry, the Ministry of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, has been mandated to build the national image and, among other issues, to tell the story of how the illegal sanctions are impacting negatively on our economy and the livelihoods of our people. Sanctions have had a negative impact on our economy, but thanks to the visionary leadership of His Excellency President Mnangagwa, who has introduced transformative economic initiatives that have positively impacted on all our economic sectors, including in mining, agriculture, manufacturing, medical, tourism, and technological development. Zimbabwe has been denied access to international lines of credit, and also, given those difficulties, our government, led by His Excellency President Mnangagwa, then developed inward-looking policies, and the government was also able to entirely fund the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. And in reversing the menacing impact of sanctions as a tool to undermine our national democracy and economic sovereignty, His Excellency President Dr. Mnangagwa initiated the engagement and re-engagement policy. And in doing so, the President repositioned Zimbabwe's diplomatic outlook for accelerated investment inflows to our country. Industrial growth has overtaken the stagnation that the economic sector had endured prior to the birth of the Second Republic. Therefore, I would like to urge you all as members of the Fourth Estate to take advantage of government's initiative to free the airwaves so as to enable the public to freely call for the unconditional removal of sanctions. The media must be proactive in exposing how the illegal sanctions play a massive sabotage to our national interest. Tomorrow's Anti-Sanctions Day commemorations will be highlighted by three major events. The Anti-Sanctions March, where we're inviting all Zimbabweans, all civil servants, and all parastatals to join the Anti-Sanctions March in Harare tomorrow. Zimbabweans will assemble at Munumutapa building between 4th and Sam Nyoma Street along Samora Machel Avenue. They will march along Samora Machel Avenue towards Julius Nyerere Way. They will turn into Julius Nyerere Way and turn into Nelson Mandela Avenue, heading to Africa Unity Square. Zimbabweans will also gather in Mutoko at Gohori Resort, where the second edition of the SADC Anti-Sanctions Solidarity Summit will be held from 8 a.m. until the end of the day. A program of action has been lined up. Zimbabweans will also gather in Lotito for an anti-sanctions gala, which will see a cocktail of artists entertaining the people in the commemoration of the Anti-Sanctions Day. All Zimbabweans are therefore invited to join the rest of the nation in commemorating the Anti-Sanctions Day. This year's commemorations focuses on the appreciation of harnessing the youth, the resilience of the youth against the sanctions. The focus is also on harnessing the youth in the fight against the illegal sanctions. The people of Zimbabwe, and in particular the youth, have a responsibility to defeat the illegal sanctions. For the second Chimurenga colonization was defeated by the youth who fought against the white minority oppressors. The youth should also be in a position to sharpen the national strategic thinking, harnessing all domestic and international resources, including the intellectual capability to defeat the illegal sanctions.